Everybody's been asking me about my world famous spaghettis and meatballs. This is a dish that you can do and eat off of it all week long. So we're going to use my mom's recipe for this, and let me tell you, it's fantastic. So first thing we have here is we're going to make the meatballs first. This is 1.5 pounds of 80/20 ground beef. Okay, right there. To that, 1 small clove or half of a large clove of minced garlic. And I recommend that you really get this minced up well here. And if you don't have this regular garlic, fresh garlic, you can use garlic powder. I actually prefer the garlic powder. We're going to follow my mom's recipe. So this is the way she did it. This is the way you're going to get it. Right here. All right. To that, we put 1 cup of homemade breadcrumbs. All right. 1 big handful of fresh minced parsley. Right there. Get it all in. There you go. This is 1/4 cup of Romano cheese, grated Romano cheese, Lucatella. So there's a lot of salt in that, so you don't put any other salt. That's your salt content. All right, and 2 large eggs. One and 2. And you mix that all up. Now, before I go too far, I need some water. Like we did with the savory burgers. If you want your burgers, or in this case, the meatballs, to come out moist, you got to put moisture in. So, and mix this all up with your hands. And you could see all the breadcrumbs and the cheese, everything makes this very dry. So we're going to have to add some moisture. So now we're going to put some water. Start with about a little bit more than 1/4, half a cup. You want to put enough so that it feels moist in your hands. So just a little bit more. So altogether, I would say I used 3/4 cup, and that's it's not a liquid measurer right there. That's just a regular dry weight. All right, looks good. In the frying pan on the stove, I have 1/4 inch of vegetable oil. I use canola oil for this. All right, so let's get that up to temperature. All right, forgot one thing. I need some black pepper. The recipe calls for 1/8 of a teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. That's fine right there. All right. Mix that up. It's about a third of a cup, measuring cup, I use for the to scoop out the meat. So all the meatballs come out about the same size. So in there we go. See how that looks. Right there, that's a good size. See how many we get out of it. I thought I would get about 9, and that's exactly what I got. 9. The great thing about this meal is you can continue to eat it all week long. You can make sandwiches, meatball sandwiches. We're actually going to do a little bit of Italian sausage in it as well. You can make raviolis, you can make spaghetti. You can eat like 4 or 5 times off of this one meal. There we go. And that look beautiful? Take a look. Huh? Alright, here we are. The oil is shimmering, but just to make sure that it's hot enough, I'm going to take a little bit of water and sprinkle it in there. It's hot. Alright, we're going to keep this at about a medium-high heat. And the idea is not to cook the meatballs all the way through. We're just going to brown them on each side and set them aside so that we can put them in our spaghetti gravy. So, place them in, away from you, like that. Oh yeah, that's ready. There we go. I want to see if I can squeeze the rest of them in there. Use a slotted spoon. Okay. Good. There we go. I'm going to start with 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes. You turn it down to medium. Be right back. Well, it's been about 3.5 minutes. I'm going to try to turn the first ones that I put in there and see what's going on. All right, that's good. 3.5 minutes was enough. And I did turn it down to medium, the heat. That looks great. I don't like them to get too dark. They're going to actually finish cooking off in the gravy. We call it gravy. There we go. 'Cause 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 If you were to cook these all the way through, you could just have a meatball sandwich with some mustard, hot peppers, whatever, however you want to do it. You don't have to put them in the gravy to finish cooking. Sometimes we would just cook the meatballs and have some fried potatoes and dip them in ketchup. That's dinner. It works. So give it another 3 minutes. In the meantime, we're going to get ready to make our gravy in the old Dutch oven. Okay. This is sweet Italian sausage. It's made by folks down in Hamilton, New Jersey. Right. You get yours wherever you want, wherever you can. I'm going to get maybe 4 pieces out of this. And I like to use the kitchen shears, scissors. Makes it easy to cut. There you go. There you go. I need a little spoon here. I'm going to take some of the oil that we were using to cook the meatballs. And use that. Yeah. Meatballs are finished cooking for now. Yeah, see? Meatballs. Yeah. Meet the balls. And take a little paper towel and dab up any of that oil that was on there. Right. And you set this aside, and we'll get back to that later. All right, so I'm going to transfer my Dutch oven over here so that you can see what's going on. There we go. There we go. So and again, we're not going to cook these sausages all the way through. Just want to brown them on all sides, and they'll finish off in the gravy. I'm going to give it 3 minutes to see what happens there. I'll turn this fan on. So, according to my mom's recipe here, it's calling for a small or half of a clove of garlic, again, in the gravy. Now, you can do it. It works fine. I prefer the garlic powder. Smoother flavor to it. But either one works. Okay, 2 cans of crushed tomato. Half a can of water. Depends how much time you're going to give this to cook. You might want to put a little bit more water later on. Just keep an eye on it, see how it goes. Okay, a little bit of black pepper. 2 tablespoons she has here. No, that's teaspoons. 2 teaspoons of basil. Salt is optional. I don't put salt. A little pinch of sugar and some oregano as well. Show you all that in a second. In 3 minutes. And not quite totally brown on that side yet. Yep, it's all right. See? Is that all right? All right. So I'm going to brown this all off, and we'll come back and start to assemble the gravy. All right. Enough is enough. So I don't need all that oil that's in there. I'm going to leave a little bit. There's a good 2 tablespoons maybe. So a lot of fat renders off of that sausage. So I just want to clean that up for a second. There we go. All right. Here comes the gravy part. 2 cans of tomato. All right. I want to rinse these cans into each other. All right. There you go. And crank up the heat. And give it a pinch of sugar. That's optional, actually. You don't really need it. The longer you cook it, the sweeter it will get. Okay, black pepper. Basically what I do is I go around the whole top of the surface here so I can see how much I have in there. I like to coat the whole thing. That's enough. This is the basil. In the summertime we grow our own basil, but this is springtime right here and we don't have it yet. So that's it. Now, garlic powder. That's enough. A little bit goes a long way. Oregano. As I said, never have enough oregano. But see how much I put. I'd say it was 2 teaspoons. Wouldn't hurt to put a tablespoon, another teaspoon worth. You can always come back and adjust it later. With a wooden spoon, fold in all that goodness. You're gonna let this come up to a simmer. I cover it, leaving the lid a little bit ajar. Okay, and let that cook for half an hour. So everything gets to know each other. And then add our meats and cook that for at least a half an hour to an hour, and you're done. Make some pasta, put that over there, and enjoy. All right? So we're gonna let that do its thing, and I'll see you back here in about an hour and a half. There you go. Beautiful, isn't it?